Greetings and salutations, Edwin here, and I'm ready to discuss home insurance. Now, before we dive in, yes, I am a licensed insurance agent, but I'm not your licensed insurance agent, and I'm a guy on YouTube. So please contact your local insurance agent to help with your specific needs. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to list off the insurance terms, the coverage items that usually are listed on your home insurance policy. I'm going to do my best to simplify what each of these terms are and the best way that you can understand them so that when you receive an estimate, when you're getting quotes, or when you're actually looking over your policy, you're not so lost at all the dollar amounts and all the terminology that's being listed. So let's dive right in. The first one, super easy, self-explanatory. It's the word dwelling. That just means your house. That's a fancy way of saying your home. A dwelling is a place where you dwell or a place where you live. So it's just the home. The next item is what's called other structures. This is referring to features that are a part of the property but may not be connected to the house. So think the fence that goes around your yard, think a detached garage, or an attached garage might be part of the dwelling coverage because it's a part of the home. A detached garage is a separate structure, so it's going to be another structure. A tool shed that's not connected, an in-law suite, a swimming pool that might have some distance to it. Again, same concept as the garage. If it's attached, it could be a part of the dwelling. If it's detached, it's part of the other structure. Some insurance companies have some technicalities about how a swimming pool is covered, among other things. So please remember, this is general information that your actual policy and insurance company and your agent can help clarify for you. Up next, we have personal property. This is just referring to the stuff you own in the house. This can be big items, think entertainment centers, appliances, furniture, or it can be smaller items, clothing, bed linens, wedding photos. Yes, items of sentimental value, though you could not take them to a store and sell them online or pawn them. Yes, there is a financial loss to your sentimental value, and there will be a dollar amount applied for that. The next item that you'll see is an item called loss of use. That's a reimbursement option in the event that you have to leave your home, the loss of the use of your home for you to go stay in an apartment or a hotel. Chances are you still have a mortgage. So your mortgage company is still gonna expect you to make your payment. But now you have to come up with a place for yourself to stay and maybe your family to stay with you while your home's being repaired. So your hotel stay, your apartment stay, the policy is designed to provide an amount of reimbursement coverage for those expenses. Next up, we have liability and we have medical payments. And I list these together. I personally wish these were flipped around on the policy, but they usually show up in that order between liability first and then medical payments. So liability is in the event that you are taken to court and a lawsuit is filed against you for something that you did wrong on your property. Your policy will pay up to a certain amount to help settle the case with whoever it is that's trying to sue you. Medical payment coverage is intended for someone to collect medical payment for an injury that occurs to them while they're on your property. This applies to someone who doesn't live inside the home and is injured on your property. Best example I have for this is in the event that somebody trips over a water hose in your front yard and they say that it's because you left the water hose out in your front yard. In a case like this, the medical payments coverage would kick in first to pay the medical expenses. If that coverage runs out or if they're seeking further damage and they try to file a lawsuit against you, that's where your liability coverage kicks in to help settle a case. Another term that you're going to see on your policy, and you're going to see it a couple times, it's going to be the word deductible. A deductible is just your out-of-pocket expense in the event of a claim. So there are a lot of different types of deductibles that can occur on a policy, and every place and every insurance company is different. There are some general concepts, but they're all unique in their own way. So I'm going to break down some of the most common ones that you'll see in most places. The one main one that you always see is the letters AOP, and that stands for all other perils. Peril is just a fancy word for what caused the damage. What's the description of the damage? And the reason why it's AOP or all other peril is because you'll see other items listed, and it'll make more sense in just a moment, but you'll see other items listed, and if it's not one of those specifically listed items, everything gets bundled into the AOP deductible. So what are these other specific items I can list? You could have a specific fire deductible, you can have a storm deductible, you can have a wind deductible, and you would think, well, storm and wind, they're the same. Not exactly. If the storm damage is caused by rain where water seeps its way through, storm damage. If it's wind from the same storm where the wind blows a roof off, that's wind damage. So those can get technical. Usually you don't see those separate like that, but just in case you understand what the differences are. So fire, storm, wind, hurricane. So if it's a named hurricane, you can have a tornado deductible. You can have a theft deductible. You can have a water deductible for anything where it's a plumbing leak or an AC line leak or a refrigerator line leak. It will all fall under a water deductible. You could even have a sinkhole deductible and a slew of other options of things that can come up as possibilities for unique items. The general idea is that when an insurance company knows that there's a specific type of damage that can occur, they usually separate deductibles for that particular item so that either you're more responsible for a type of claim that can be caused by that occurrence, or just to have them separated by line item. Maybe they just see that it's more frequent that someone files a claim of that type, and so they want to hold you to a different level of accountability. Okay, that's all I have for today. But what insurance questions do you have? Please throw them in the comments below. And if there are any topics that you'd love to hear about, I'd love to hear about it. And again, don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe, and check out the next video that YouTube has lined up for you, because that would be awesome. Okay, bye.